All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 10:01. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another response and recovery meeting. My name is Shannon Dalporto, and I am the Operations and Public Space Manager at Downtown SLO. I'll be leading this meeting today in Bettina's absence. So last week we had our Board of Directors meeting, and we will relay some of that discussion during today's meeting. Please make a note that this will be our last response and recovery meeting of the year. The holidays are coming up before we know it, so we won't be having a meeting in November or December, and we're going to take that time to evaluate and rework the program. So we will keep you updated come January. On to today's current reality. COVID-19 cases seem to be leveling off in SLO County, although new deaths continue to be reported each week. As of Friday, October 15th, there are over 28,000 positive tests in SLO County, just over 1,000 active cases, and unfortunately 335 deaths in SLO County. These numbers are updated every Tuesday and Friday, and you can get more information about testing at readyslo.org and more vaccine information on recoverslo.org. Here is an update on Downtown SLO's open and closed business dashboard. So things have changed a little bit since August. Vacancies have gone up just slightly. It's worth mentioning that here you can see 11 businesses labeled as coming soon in August and 11 in September. But these aren't the same businesses. We've had several new businesses open up, such as Lacombe, Anthropology, and Cult. So they have moved into the open business category, while a number of new businesses have moved to the coming soon category. So things are definitely moving around downtown, and we're excited to see it. You may have noticed that the downtown paving project is well underway. Paving is currently being done on the outskirts of Highgara Street and will move to the outskirts of Marsh Street this week. Street parking on one side of the street will remain open during the project, and once complete, all driving lanes and street parking will be available. Additionally, the city has had their meter pole project removal happening. It began last week and will continue through November 12th. So I'm sure all of us are super excited to see those meter poles going away, and pretty soon here we'll have a parking app. So stay tuned for more information about that. The City of SLO is currently conducting a survey to determine how we can best maintain our community's urban forest over the next few decades. So we encourage you to take that survey. I know we all love our urban forest in downtown and want to see more of that. So I'll just pop that link in the chat for you. And we encourage you to take that survey before it closes on October 21st. On to our first speaker, we have Christine Wallace from the City of SLO. How are you doing, Christine?
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Christine from San Luis Obispo Police Department. Nice to see y'all. We do have a Halloween safety enhancement zone. These are the time periods when the entire city has a safety amendment to the administrative fines that are associated with party-related infractions. So we, for almost, it was a year and 3 months, we had a COVID safety enhancement zone that was an emergency adoption. That went away in July. So we're back to, air quotes, regular life safety enhancement zones. The first one was start of school. Our second one is going to be Halloween. So from, and Shannon, I think this is an older graphic because the safety enhancement zone is a little different this year. It's Thursday, the 28th of October through the morning of November 1st. And during this time period, infractions for noise violations, public urination, open container, and unruly gathering are doubled. So fiscal expensiveness for party-related things Our patrol side of the house is going to be upstaffed with additional folks on the streets during that time period to help manage potential challenges in our neighborhoods as well as our downtown nightlife. We're, generally speaking, we're back to regular life. COVID was very quiet compared to how things are typically in our downtown and in our neighborhoods. The good news is it's not over and beyond what we thought it was going to be. Very, just like 2019 is what we're back to. So I'm happy to entertain any questions if anyone has them about this safety enhancement zone.
Thank you for sharing that, Christine. It's so funny. I always say, I feel like 2020 is just a completely lost year. It's just crazy. And I can't believe we're almost to 2022. So thank you for sharing that. I'd also like to mention that the Food, Beverage, and Service Committee will be providing 4 portable toilets for Halloween weekend downtown. So there will be 2 on Churro Street and 2 on Broad Street. Thank you to Novo, Buffalo Pub, and McClintock's for sponsoring these portable toilets. All right, up next we have Supervisor Ortiz Leg. How are you doing, Don? Oh, you're muted.
Good morning. Thank you so much and happy October, everyone. Nice to see you all. I am going to share my screen here. And let's see here. Oh, that means that I'm probably going to have to do one thing here. Hang on a second. We just have a couple of little updates for you. Nothing real pressing. There's my PowerPoint. There we go. Hang on a second. Are you able to see my screen yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, hang on a second. And show. Okay, now let's see if I can. Where's my screen on here? I have it open right here. Where is it now? Thank you. I think by now I'd be able to get that done, but it's on. I don't have it saved anywhere. I just did it. Okay.
It happens to all of us.
Yeah. Basically, one thing we wanted to just talk about was that it's right there, but you can't do it. I don't know.
They can't see that.
No, they can't see that because it's, yeah. Go ahead. I hate taking time and wasting time. Sorry. Okay, let's just go without. We're not going to share. It's only pretty pictures anyway. It's just not going to do it. All right, here we go. We're just going to talk about the things that we wanted to share with you today, which is now, what were they, Sarah? No, I'm just teasing. First off is that we got a new clerk recorder. I'm sure you saw the newspaper, and this was a big deal because it's all about our voting system. And we had 44 candidates, and fortunately we got down to 2 based on the fact that we had a committee that selected out of the 44 candidates, the 3 that had real experience in how to run a clerk recorder's office, which is everything from death certificates to voter registration. So it's a lot of important data that impacts all of our lives, including how you count the votes. And so we now have a new clerk recorder, Elena Cano, who comes from both City of San Luis Obispo, County of San Luis Obispo, and recently from the County of Santa Barbara. So I'm really happy that we got that done. And then we were going to put out to let you know that, the Pfizer, additional Pfizer vaccine is now available from the county. And they're talking about 50 and over, and those that may have other impacts to their health. And so they could get a reservation to get that 3rd vaccine. And I don't know, John Ashbaugh, have you already gotten your 3rd vaccine? I would just bet that you have.
No, not yet. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I have official FDA approval, and I might wait a little bit longer. I'm just one of those risk takers, you know.
I see, I see.
I've got a first.
Thank you. And then the third item is that, you know, we have office hours here anytime for people in downtown San Luis. But for those who don't, you know, work downtown San Luis, I now have office hours in Grover Beach at the Exploration Discovery Center, which is a beautiful little children's museum, kind of fun place to discover. And that's in Grover Beach. I have them in Shell Beach at the library, and I have them in Avila Beach at the community center. So if anybody is out there that wants to know more about those office hours, so you don't have to drive downtown, that's one thing. And then I think the last thing I wanted to mention is that tomorrow we've got a kind of an interesting item on the agenda. You know, we have a Rio Grande oil field out on Pismo Canyon, on Price Canyon, excuse me. And that is 100-plus-year-old oil field that had it produces oil, it continues to produce oil. Long story short, they had a permit to do this last phase that they were doing, and they didn't quite get everything drilled. And so they came in and asked for some time extension on their permit to drill 30 more wells. In that time frame, the Center for Biological Diversity came back and made an appeal. The Planning Commission agreed to give them that extension. And that extension was then appealed. And that's been a number of years, 2015. So fast forward to 2021, I think that's where we're at. I think you're right, Shannon. I can't remember what year we're in. But in 2021, now we're looking at that appeal tomorrow at the board. And what that means is that if we deny the appeal, they'll be able to continue and drill those 30 wells. What's important about this oil field is that there's a lot of information out there, not all accurate. And one of the things that I think is really important for my constituents, particularly here in San Luis City, as well as South San Luis Obispo, is that the way that oil field is operated is pretty much by the law. And there's 15 agencies that oversee it. They have a closed loop system for their methane emissions. They have, in order to take the methane that's off the Coldwater Canyon garbage dump, that methane that comes off that dump is used in their process to keep that in a closed loop system. And then what we've had since that time is something called an aquifer exemption, which basically means that aquifer where that oil is coming from was studied for 4 years in a geological study with the EPA and the water boards and, you know, US Geological Services. And basically it says that water and where they're pulling that oil from is hydrocarbon water. We would never be able to drink that water. We would never be able to use that water, but it's because it's filled with such an oil-filled hydrocarbons. So when Sentinel Peaks, which is the company, pulls that oil up with that water, they have to separate it out. When they separate it out, they take that water and they put it through a reverse osmosis system. And that reverse osmosis system cleans that water, and it cleans it to the point where now they can put it back into the Pismo Creek, which is saving the steelhead trout and the red-legged frog. In addition, that water could be possibly used, and an agreement has been kind of set for that water to be put back into the aquifer, sent up to the San Luis Basin, which is basically where our Edna Valley growers are and our agriculturists there. That's really incredible piece. And it's kind of like, you know, it's a really going to be an interesting decision tomorrow because nobody likes the oil business. On the other hand, you know, when we have it here in California, which is done in a clean way and is utilized as much as possible and caps all of the emissions, et cetera, you have to take a look at it. So that's what I wanted to share with you because there's a lot of information out there about that. And I don't think it's quite accurate, but the fact is that what they're dumping into the Pismo Creek is actually very clean water that Fish and Wildlife is very happy about for the fish. I'll stop there. And I bring it up to you guys because so much of our tourism is based on that.
Sorry, Don, I think you got muted there.
Yeah, I did. That's okay. I was just saying that, you know, the impact on the wineries and our tourism all is to try and create a sustainable groundwater. This is part of a partnership. And in so many ways, I think that this is a good example of how oil should be produced. So I will leave that as my last comment. And I think that if you have some questions for me, I can take them or you can send them over. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for that update, Dawn, about the oil site. That's really great information for us to have. Can you let us know where can folks who are eligible get that COVID-19 booster shot?
Yeah, let me see. I'll look at the PowerPoint. Okay, so it says public health clinics will be operating on Saturday, October 2nd, and will be open every Saturday from 8:30 to 4 p.m. Both Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson will be available at no cost on Saturdays. And you can find out more information at the readyslo.org and at the public health information line at 805-788-2903. And, I know it's open over there on Johnson at our health clinic, at our Department of Health campus over there off of Johnson and Bishop. And probably there's other ones in other parts of the county, but for those of us in San Luis, that's where to go. Is that helpful?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for the time. And maybe next time in 2021, I'm going to get that PowerPoint up without problem. Thank you.
Well, thanks for being with us today, Dawn.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, we have Jim D'Antona from the Chamber of Commerce. How are you doing, Jim?
Doing great, Shannon. Great to see you in charge here. I love the what you're doing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Bettina's done here. Who knows?
I don't know. I didn't say it.
This
You
isn't
said it.
recorded, is it? Oh, it is. Oh boy, that's gonna be a problem later. Just kidding. So great to see everybody. A couple things going on here. Yeah, we have a great conversation coming up tomorrow afternoon over at Flying Caballos Ranch with Kimberly Walker of Granada. Skyview, the Bates Motel on a hill over there in Los Alamos, sorry, not Los Olivos, Hotel San Ynez. Great, very interesting story, and looking forward to a conversation with her, which should be a lot of fun. Hope you folks can join us or share that out and get some other folks to hear about it. We have our membership mixer on Wednesday. We're going to be over at Nate's on Marsh. Former Gennaro's, former Benvenutis. Nate's taken over, has done some really great things, and he'll be hosting us for that free membership mixer. Again, it's free. Come on out, send folks over. Any of your team can come and join us. They'll be pouring some great wine, and we'll get to make some great connections.
And it's
downtown, right?
Yeah.
It's easy. Just boom. And again, I think they've done an amazing job, so it should be pretty cool for folks to come see the new space and how he's built it out and try some of their goodies, which should be a lot of fun. If you're a chamber member, we are open with our council committees and applications. That's the ambassador committee, working with our local businesses. It's our business and economic council, our kind of think tank around policies and issues that we're dealing with in the city, county. Our legislative action committee, which is specifically around the legislation being proposed. And then additionally, our economic development committee, thinking about, how are we redeveloping, how are we pushing through these COVID after months, years, who knows, but that we're looking forward to kind of really tackling a lot of great issues in there. So if you're a member and you want to get on board, please fill out an application. We'd love to have you and have all, especially the downtown voices, prominently featured in our committees. She's not here today, but Christina Lefebvre Latner has been recently hired as the workforce development manager, is the position we're calling it, but it's really working on family-friendly workplace accelerator program, making sure that our businesses are doing everything they can to available to them to make their workplaces a little more family-friendly for the reason of employment retention, employment attraction, really trying to unlock the economic opportunities available for those that are staying home because they don't have the opportunity to go out and find childcare because it just doesn't exist. We have to give a big thank you to Supervisor Ortiz Legg for partnering on with us on this one. And First Five SLO County, they're making it possible for us to run this county-wide. It's a free service. Christina will be going out to folks and working with those businesses to show them all the tools that are available to hopefully in the short term take some of that pressure off of our childcare system by dealing with it in small or big ways while we add more childcare facilities that will then increase the bandwidth available for that. So between these two, we definitely are looking forward to hopefully making it easier for people to get back to work and or taking the pressure off of trying to figure out every day how you're going to be dealing with childcare, because we have some great people who want to come back to the workplace but just can't. So if you're interested, or folks who are interested, reach out to Christina. She's Christina with the CH there at slochamber.org. And she's only been with us now 14 total days. And so she's kind of buried. So we will, give her a little grace if you don't hear right back from her, but a lot of folks are really interested in this. So wanted to make sure you knew about it too. Share that out. It's free for everybody. So you don't have to be a chamber member. This is all open to any business. And then finally, if you didn't get a chance to see our 2021 SLO County Housing Summit, we have a recap for you that will, you can go and check it out. It was a free event, but we talked really about Project Home Key, where the state is giving money to open up more homeless permanent supportive housing to try and help the housing issues facing our unhoused. So it was really interesting. Had Haslo and Echo talking about how we can access these dollars and actually use them to address homelessness and the unhoused in our community. So we will drop that in the chat there, and feel free to check those out, and when you have some time, take a look at it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jim. I got a question about the family friendly workplace program. So is that something where it's individual with the business? Like they come in, they have a consultation, that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's exactly it. So what Christina will do is set up time to go meet with them, find out what they're trying to do. If they're a business of 20 people or 5 people, right? Here are the things that we think can work in your area to help make your workplace more, and it would be specific to them. And some of them might be looking co-op in a cooperative manner, where we are saying, hey, we got 4 other businesses of your size that would love to go in on a facility. Like, we got 50, these 4 have 50 employees. They're not big enough by themselves, but together could put together a nice facility. So that's where she's going to be that connector to try and make this available all over, but come up with specific things for each individual business.
That's awesome. I'm sure people will really, really appreciate that program. And I definitely encourage everyone to check out the 2021 Housing Summit recording. I attended that, and it was just so much information. It was really helpful. So definitely encourage you all to watch that. Thank you, Jim. All right, next up we have Courtney Key now with Cal Poly. Courtney, what's going on with you?
Good morning. I want to reiterate the thanks to Jim and his team and Supervisor Ortiz Legg. I was a beneficiary for sure of some employers who were very creative with me when I had little kids, and it's absolutely the reason that I'm here in this role today and in so many other roles. And if there's a way to volunteer or help Jim, I'm on board. I just want to raise my hand for that. it changed my life. So I'm so excited that that is happening. At Cal Poly, we are in our 5th week of the quarter, so almost halfway through. And our vaccine mandate is very much still in place for students, staff, and faculty. We have, let me pull up exactly how many at this very moment. 94% of our students are vaccinated and 89.2% of faculty and staff. So a very safe place to be on campus right now. We have a compliance program in place. So any student, staff, or faculty that is not vaccinated or hasn't reported that to us must test twice a week. If they aren't in line with that compliance program, then they are locked out of their system, which keeps them from registering for classes, which is coming up really soon and has a number of other things that they are locked out of. So good things happening here. We have 3 students in isolation right now on campus and 1 student in quarantine. And so that's all the sort of COVID stuff. Homecoming weekend was a couple weeks ago and had a great turnout in terms of your downtown businesses and seeing lots of people coming and going. And coming up this weekend, the 22nd through 24th is Mustang Family Weekend. So I hope that a lot of our businesses and hotels see a lot of Cal Poly families in their frequenting all of your businesses. And that's it for my report today.
Thank you, Courtney. Great update. All right, and we have Kristen with the SBDC. How are you doing, Kristen?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Shannon?
I'm great, thank you.
If I can go ahead here and share my screen. It's good to see everybody. Just a couple of small updates for you guys. You're seeing some lovely PowerPoint slides. Oh,
Not
hit
yet.
share. There we go.
There you go.
Let me go ahead and stick this into play mode. Okay. 2 SBDC updates that I wanted to make sure small businesses were aware of. It's the month of October is Cybersecurity Month. And we do have an on-demand seminar on best practices for cybersecurity for small businesses. So I encourage people to sign up for that. Also this week, we have a workshop on showcasing your products and services on Google and Google Ads. Really encourage, especially with the holiday season coming, any of the downtown businesses to sign up for this. As an FYI too, I know everyone has really busy schedules. So if you sign up, you will get the recording. So if 9 to 10 doesn't work for you, it will then get emailed out to you. So a couple of fun workshops coming up. A quick update on the California Small Business Grant. Round 9 is closed and they're basically spending the next 60 days finalizing the awards, and they anticipate the California Small Business Grant to come to a close late December, early January, as all the funds have been dispersed. But they have opened up the California Venues Grant Program. Well, it will be opening up at the end of the month. So anyone who has live venues is going to be eligible for this, and the grant awards can be up to $250,000. So for all our live venues, trying to give them a little extra help. And that is our quick update from the SBDC.
Great, thank you so much. That workshop looks super interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it myself.
Awesome. All right. Let me just put my screen back up for you all. All right. Next up, we are going to move into program updates. So Whitney, tell us about Farmers Market.
Thank you, Shannon. Farmers Market has been super fun. As you can see, there is a lot going on in this slide. The produce has been phenomenal. We've been having some great entertainment. Cal Poly Homecoming was super fun, having just the entire marching band, the cheerleaders, everything. The vendors have been selling out, as you can see in the upper left. It's just been fun to have a variety of food, variety of different vendors every week. New bands are joining us every week. It's a good time. So if you have yet to come down to the market, I encourage you to do so. Shannon, you can skip over to the next one. A little quick touch on our EBT and Market Match program. So this is CalFresh SNAP. It is a program we now offer at our market. We offered it previously, and then obviously during the pandemic, we were not operating as a market, so we weren't able to have it. But since July through September, we have dispersed $7,078 in EBT benefits. We average about 30 transactions every Thursday. And in August, we started our Market Match program where we match dollar for dollar up to $15. So for every $1 in EBT that a customer redeems from us, we give them a bonus Market Match dollar that can be used on fruits and veggies. You can see the two types of tokens in the lower right corner. I also want to highlight that we do accept the PEBT cards, so the pandemic cards that were distributed to the local schools. We've been seeing a lot of those being redeemed at our market as well. So we're really excited to be able to offer this program. It seems to be something that people really look forward to and are utilizing at a high rate. We have over 40 vendors that are eligible to participate in it. So do get the word out. If you think you know people who might be eligible for the program, send them down. We're happy to talk to them and get them involved. Betty, our EBT coordinator, is well-versed in all things EBT, so she can answer any questions you have. Next one. And a quick highlight, Thursday, October 28th, we will be bringing back our Halloween festivities. Thank you to Rachel Lackman, our marketing coordinator, who made this beautiful image and poster that is going out into the world. We will be hosting our Trick or Treat Trail, which is sponsored by Meathead Movers. That will start at 5 o'clock in the Union Bank parking lot. I think we have over 40 different businesses and market vendors who will be distributing candy. All of these events are free and family friendly. We will also be bringing back Scarioke, which is the karaoke contest that'll take place on Choro Street, where people are eligible to win $250 in cash just for singing. And we will have our costume contest, and we've been getting some really cool prizes donated from all of our downtown merchants and other participants. That will be hosted by K-Jug and will take place in the Union Bank parking lot. If you are interested in participating or want to know more, you can go to our website, downtownslo.com. We have the event on Facebook, and we will be pushing it out on our social media and in our email.
Thank you, Whitney. And thank you for leading the way with EBT and Market Match. I know we weren't supposed to get that until I think spring 2022, and now we see it getting utilized every single week. So thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And one other highlight that I probably should have, since we will be not having this meeting, our market hours will be adjusting starting November 4th. We will be scaling back by 30 minutes. So the market will take place from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. starting November 4th and running through February. It's going to be kind of our winter season, which is pretty common for markets. So more information on that will be published on our website and across social media, but just wanted to let you know.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm really sad about the time change coming up. It's about to get dark really early, but what can you do? Well, we hope to see you all downtown for Halloween at the market. Our staff will be dressing up. I won't spoil the surprise, so you can just come down and find out what we're going to be as a staff. All right, and next up we have our Concerts in the Plaza wrap up. So we have Cassidy Shevlin with us today. How are you doing, Cassidy?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Shannon. Good morning, everyone. As Shannon said, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Cassidy Shevlin. I'm the membership and program coordinator here at Downtown SLO. And I'm just going to give a quick wrap up for our fearless events manager, Nisha Johnston. Couldn't be here this morning, but just going to go over a few things. It's hard to believe concerts finished almost a month ago. A wonderful 8-week series this summer. We were selling Firestone Walker beer, Jean Marie cider, Maylene and Chamisol wine. And just a few highlights, we raised over $95,000 in bar sales, which was just phenomenal over those 8 weeks. And between the souvenir cups being sold and using only cans and just pouring wine, we actually saved about 11,000 plastic cups. So that was something new this year. It was a bit of an adjustment, but it was great that we had no single-use plastic. So very, very phenomenal numbers to see there. And just a few new items that we were selling were chips and canned water, just giving more options behind the bar. And we just wanted to say thank you to our 36 sponsors and all of our supporters of Concerts in the Plaza. And the next slide. And then, yeah, just a few final things. Our attendance, we had about 2,000 folks joining us each concert. So about 16,000 people showed up. Hopefully all of you made it out. It was such a fun event each week. Was so fun. And it was, yeah, just great to see the community come together again after a long awaited time of not having live music. And then as for volunteers, which was very near and dear to my heart, I actually got to work very closely with the volunteers this season and doing that coordination. We had about 480 volunteer hours, about over 100 volunteers, and then we had a great volunteer appreciation party. I see some of you are on the call this morning, so just thank you again. All of you, we're working really hard behind the bar, and it's very fast, it's quick pace. So we just want to say thank you for stepping up and giving back to your community. And then, yeah, there was about 16 hours of free live music, something we have all been very hungry for over the past 2 years. So very, very thrilled about this event. And then next, just a little update on the holidays. So concerts ended, summer's over. We've been talking about the holidays since July, if not before. It's been a lot of fun. Switching gears. So we have a theme for our downtown holiday celebrations, and it will be California Dreamin'. And this was actually chosen by the public on social media. So really fun to involve the community, get folks excited for what's to come. We are bringing back some of the town's traditional favorite things, and that will be the holiday parade, which we did not have last year. So we're having it this Friday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. Currently, applications are live. They went live on October 1st. We have about 35 applications completed, 13 are in progress, and then the application deadline is November 1st at noon. And thank you, Shannon. I see that the link is in the chat if you are interested in parade information. And then we're also still looking for holiday sponsorship. So we need 1 title sponsor, about 6 major sponsors, and currently we have 4 wonderful major sponsors already. So that is also in the chat. If you are interested in sponsoring, signing up for the parade, spread the word. All of that information can be found on our website. So we're very excited. It's going to be a beautiful California Dreamin' holiday. So we hope you're all ready for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassidy. So what do we cap out at a certain number of entries for the parade? What's our max on that? I think it's about 80.
I was going to say
participants.
about 80 is what we discussed. Yes.
Yes. So the application either closes once we get 80 applicants or on November 1st. So definitely get your applications in soon. Great. Well, thank you so much, Cassidy. All right. And now, as if I haven't spoken enough, I have another update for you guys. I've got a little clean and safe update. We just finished our September numbers. We're already midway through October. I can't believe it. But here's a little breakdown of some of the most noticeable tasks our ambassadors perform every day. I really like this visual because you can see how things change from month to month. We were in our tourist season during July and August, and Cal Poly returned in September. So something noticeable, I think, is that the amount of gum is really high in July and August, and it really dipped in September. I wonder if that's due to all our tourists visiting Bubblegum Alley. And a CapSLO update for the month of September. Our CapSLO Outreach Manager Junior was very busy, as you can see. He reached 33 individual contacts, distributed 13 no-cook food packs, dedicated 29 hours of sidewalk service, and performed 3 wellness checks, among plenty of other things. These are just the major highlights for me. And it's also worth noting that there was a time during September that 40 Prado was closed due to COVID-19. they're back open, and we're super happy to have Junior Downtown providing outreach every single week. Well, that was a lightning fast meeting. If nobody has any questions, I will let you enjoy the rest of your morning. Thank you all for being here today.
Thanks, Shannon.
Have a good one.